Hello, one and all, and welcome back to Campaign 13 Vanilla Sunday. I am your host, as always, Serenity Void. This here is part 10 of the entire campaign. We're in 1658. We're getting ready to go on and go forth into the latter part of the 1600s. And if you want to know what happened in the previous part, why things are the way they are in the world, please go watch that previous part. For now, we got some national ideas to go over. This time, we're going to be going over some Yadava national ideas. So, the third national idea of Yadava is Mahapradhanas. Second only to the Raja is the Mahapradhana, or Prime Minister. These men are loyal and serve us as generals on the battlefield. Many battles would be won due to their expertise, loyalty, and leadership, securing our conquests. Yearly army tradition plus 1.5. The fourth national idea of Yadava is subdue our feudatories. On the edges of the Yadava realm lay many vassal kings and chiefs, their loyalty ever shifting between us and our many enemies, and they are opportunistically seeking independence. We must take any chance we can to curb their power before they turn. Diplomatic annexation cost minus 15%. So, the Siuna Yadava are ready and able to curtail any attempts of gaining independence from them. But they still do got rivals up and abound, such as Mahra, Zanskar, and Persia. So, yeah, it's going to be tough, especially since Zanskar is staring down the center part of India, the Indian subcontinent, and has a huge amount of forces ready to go. Zanskar is already exercising their authority in the likes of the Bengal region against Bumthang, so trying times these are, trying times indeed. Manila, coming back from a war which they won on the coast of China, they have extended their control a little bit further in the north and a little bit further in the south. What are the other current wars? Russia is going after Thomond and Kurland still. 9MA going after Yellow Paradox still. Morocco seeking to conquer Kaguda for cert. And then Sapphire Paradox going after Kerman. Shamrock Paradox getting their shit pushed back in by the Cherusci. And then Persia going after Mahra. Romania going after the Alemanni. Because remember last part, Alemanni had that coalition war fire against them, and the coalition won, which was miraculous to see. Zanskar, Dundar, and 9MA, the vassals of Zanskar, are going at the Bumthang and Vermilion Paradox. So yeah, Kaguda, their capital here at Cape Verde is still, it is not being sieged down or blockaded, so they're safe for now. Yellow Paradox, they're the capital of Yellow Paradox here at Saint Joseph is safe with that 133% defensiveness. You know, they are good luck trying to besiege it. You know, you will burn through a lot of manpower. The theocratic state of Bavaria over here, not allied to anyone, but in the north, the Cherusci, they're slowly making their way into, the territory once occupied by Shamrock Paradox. Russia is kicking in the doors of Kurland and kicking in the doors of Thomond, so really becoming the Russia we kind of expect from normal games. And I just realized how close of a green Russia is to Persia. That was unexpected, but okay. Whatever. Congo, let's see. I'm just looking at tech levels right now. Malindia is actually really imbalanced tech, and they're paying the price for that slowly. Maravi is struggling though. They are 4 military techs behind Malindi. Walaita is only 1 military tech behind. And Sapphire Paradox says, hey, I kind of want that land in South Arabia, Mahra. I'm going to force you to give it up to me. So, yeah, this is... South Arabia will become the property of Sapphire Paradox. Morocco did win against Kaguda, and I believe they got cert. Yep, right here. So, Moroccan control over North Africa extends that little bit further. Any other wars that are finishing? No? Zanskar... Okay, no. They did finish over here, and they took a huge chunk out of Bumtang. And I'm guessing it's because Kionjar is allied, or was allied. Oh, no. Okay. I thought Zanskar was at war with Bumtang again. No. Kionjar is going after Chittagong, which is the Vermilion Paradox. But at the same time, yeah. They're kind of getting kicked in. I thought Zanskar was involved once more, but now they're taking it easy. Never mind. I cross out what I just said, because Zanskar is intent on proving me wrong, and is also intent on just annexing the entirety of the Bengal region. They've taken over like part of the Brahmaputra right here, and now Zanskar's gonna take over the rest of the Bengal Delta, seemingly. Chu Chen is also at war, this time with Dai Viet, Ayutthaya, and Pasai. So Chu Chen is really exercising that authority they got. Going into Southeast Asia, conquering in China some more. So if you're not allied with Chu Chen in the region, you could very well be fucked. Except for like Japan, because they're on an island obviously, and Chu Chen's navy is nearly non-existent. Cherusky, they pushed back Shamrock Paradox. However, Santonge is over here, and they took a lot of land relatively quickly. That was a very quick war. I didn't even see it like go through, but I guess the Cherusky just folded very, very quickly, and you know, hey, Santonge is extending into Central Europe. I don't know if anyone can stop them. One thing I do like about this campaign over like the previous couple campaigns is that from west to east, Europe is much more divided this time than usual. It normally isn't like this. Like we've had, like I remember when Wessex was just conquering all, and I mean all of Europe, and then Belobog was dominating from the east. So this is like one of the most divided Europes I've seen as we start to approach the 1700s. Now things can change. Things can very well change, and borders can share. There could be, I don't know, Santonge could start annexing left and right and become the hegemon of Europe entirely. But until something like that happens, I'm content, you know? Avignon is now going after Cherusky, basically just dogpiling on the defenseless Germanic tribes. Big Caddo and Huron are going after Powhatan. Interesting. Chu Chen and Shimazu going after Dai Viet and Pasai. Mossi is taking on Fulo and Air. Sapphire Paradox going after the Nelter League now, along with Simru. And then Zanskar still kicking in the teeth of Kionjar after Bumthang got done. Nepal is involved as well, so that kind of means like Nepal's probably gonna get fully annexed. It's on the table. Nepal is landlocked. It's on the table that they could get fully annexed. Ayutthaya, they're still independent, but they are cleaved into 3. What else do we got? Australia is reaching out ever so slowly into the Southeast Asia, because they've united their entire island. And Aotearoa is doing their own thing as well. They are slowly colonizing outward. Where are you colonizing right now? Tell me, Aotearoa, where are you colonizing? Ah, okay. Micronesia. Okay. Looks good by me. Maravi slowly reaching out to Socotra as well. I think, oh my god, Fulo has 0. Air has 0. Mosi kind of just gets free access over there. And Powhatan, they're being dismantled very, very thoroughly. They are 2 military techs behind a big Caddo. So it's looking just like a clean sweep for the big turkey. Legit, just like, what can Powhatan do? They don't have any allies. Blackfoot abandoned them because what the hell are the Blackfoot gonna do? Legit, Powhatan, their military, it's not enough. Caddo is rolling through, and Huron, they're not as militarily capable as Big Caddo, but they're just providing enough reinforcements and occupying the lands that they want. So Powhatan, I think we bid you adieu, unfortunately. What else do we got over here? Peru, did you lose a war by chance? You did not. I thought they lost some land, but they didn't. And then 9MA is at war. This is OQ going after them. It's just like, it's minor politics over here. OQ4 is really the one to like watch out for, since they control a majority of the Caribbean, but I'm not sure if they're gonna really hold that hegemony over the Caribbean. What other wars do we got? Ginji, finally waking up, and Banjar are going after Ayutthaya, and that's really the only other big war right now. Alright. Yeah, Zanskar, like, they're just slowly gonna consolidate this entire, like, super region of Bengal to Orissa. That's the long and short of it. What other vassals? They have okay, so Kionjar is now a tributary. Mogulistan, Dundar, and 9X are all vassals. And they're allied to Strathclyde. This hold that Strathclyde has, though, over, like, the steppe and the Urals, it's not gonna last. I just don't anticipate that lasting at all. Russia, vassal with its vassal of Picardy and its ally of Romania and Saintonge, is now going after Shamrock Paradox, so consolidating more of Scandinavia. Kurland, they need some serious help. They're in trouble. They're allied with Thomond, Czechoslovakia, Strathclyde, and Okay, that's an interesting something. Saintonge is allied with the 2 enemies over here, Russia and Kurland. Very curious to see what happens when war breaks out over there. Adriatera, also known as Albania before they somehow switched, they are just doing their own thing. They also converted the entirety of the Italian peninsula. Roma is no longer Orthodox. No longer Catholic. It is now Orthodox. Pope Leo X weeps in silence. He can't do shit about it. And his only allies of Achaia and Czechoslovakia, they can't do anything about it either. Bavaria, theocratic Norse Bavaria, is being invaded by Poland now. So, good on you, Poland. You're maybe getting a little bit of power, but you still look kind of wonky because Simru came through and bulldozed you a little bit. Cherusky is allied with Alemannia, but Alemannia is still kind of a shadow of their former self, so I don't think that alliance is going to amount to much. Maybe it will. I could be wrong. Also, Mahra. No, Mahra is not completely dead. I thought they were, but they're not. They still have an island here. You know, they are still here in Mahe. I don't know for how long. They could be out very soon, but Sapphire Paradox proving themselves to be the hegemons of the Arabian Peninsula. I'm also not sure when this happened, but the Basri Order is dead. I think I called it out in a previous part, but I don't remember. It's just weird. See, like, there's no red here. It's the Basri Order, it was their last campaign. It's just no longer there. It just feels like something is off now. Something that usually is there is not there anymore. Chu-Chen allied with Japan, allied with Shimazu and Yadava, and now has a tributary state of Nepal. So, if Chu-Chen and Nepal go to blows with each other, I have a feeling not Chu-Chen. If Chu-Chen and Zanskar go at each other, Zanskar is just gonna sweep through, right? That to me, like, the technology difference, which is Zanskar is one tech ahead, and the quantity difference is just telling me Zanskar overruns Chu-Chen. Zanskar has over tripled the amount of forces as Chu-Chen. Like, there's that. There's no chance, right? No shot. Shamrock Paradox in a trade league with Sundae. As Russia, as I said before, they're consolidating Scandinavia. What stops Russia from doing that? Nothing. Santonge, large and in charge with their vassal of Dumonia. And then Simru, allied with Avignon, Etruria, Nelter League, and Czechoslovakia. What else? What else? Nelter League is only allied with Simru. Kaguda, not allied with anyone. Crimson Paradox, allied with Vaikira. Peru, allied with the Yellow Paradox. Purple Paradox, not allied with a single soul. And Big Cato, they won big against Powhatan. Indeed, Powhatan has been pushed in from every single side, from the north, from the west, from the south. And now, is that Quebec? That is Quebec going after Powhatan. And I don't know if Quebec can do this. They are one military tech ahead, but their quantity is inferior. I guess we'll see. Golden Eighth, they're still biding their time. Oh, I just tapped my desk with my knee. Yeah, they are still biding their time. I'm not sure how long they want to wait before their next war, but I suspect they want to go to war soon, exercise their military power. That's just my guess, though. And Vaikira is colonizing more of the Yucatan Peninsula. Kaguda, West Indies. They want some independence. Mosi took over more of Fulo and some land from Air. Romania trying to annex the remnants of Tuscany, which I think are right here. Yep, I think that's the very last piece of Tuscany. And then Russia and Picardy going after the Cherusci, as we would imagine. So yeah, this is going to be all Russian soon enough. Just like Thamon isn't going to stand much of a chance. Thamon is allied with Avignon and Courland, but I think Russia can take on Avignon. I really do. Archbishop Benedictus XX is not too intimidating, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Russia actually gets their shit kicked in because of Avignon. I could be wrong. I could always be wrong in these campaigns. Oh, man. Walaita is allied with Yadava. Okay. Ginji allied with Banjar and Yadava. Really? 4 alliances, 4 royal marriages. Okay. I see you. I see you. Adriaterra, the great republic that it is, allied with Poland, Strathclyde, Santonge, and, okay, I guess being at war with the papacy, Achaia, and Czechoslovakia changes things around. But it's, Adriaterra, even though their military is inferior in quality compared to when they were Albania, this isn't going to amount to much. The papacy is going to get annexed. This is going to be the end of an independent papal state, I believe. Pope Leo X is going to say farewell. At least that's what I'm thinking. We'll see. Shahanshah Abbas I. Any other wars? Well, Goguryeo going after Manila and Khalkha. I'm kind of curious. Can you take... Yeah, okay, yeah, you can clearly take on Khalkha. I mean, you'll take some losses in terms of attrition because it's kind of wide open up here, but I'm confident in your abilities, Goguryeo. I'm confident. You can trust me. Why would I lie to you, huh? Why would I lie to you? Ah, man. And then, okay. Well, I mean, Czechoslovakia is doing... They're trying to put a little bit of pressure on Adriaterra, but it's not really going to do much, if I'm honest. Not really going to do much. Russia annexed a little bit more of Scandinavia. The Cheruski, they are not... actually, what? Didn't you know? They're still going to war. Okay. I thought they already... What the fuck? It's a reconquest? You lost the province? Oh, maybe it's a reconquest for Picardy. I think it... Oh, okay, it is. It is. I got you. Okay. That was a little confusing, but we got it. We got it in the end. Anything in the Americas? Powhatan? Yeah, still... They're actually putting up a fight against Quebec, and they are winning that fight. Quebec lost their troops, and they lost their heart. Therefore, Quebec is going to be pummeled by Powhatan. And what did I give them for national ideas? Or, well, I gave them for national ideas, but subsequently modified by Doge's Shattered Europa. And Powhatan wins. Quebec is pushed back ever further. It is very little recompense, though, considering that Huron and Big Caddo, they will absolutely be back to feast upon the tribes of Powhatan. Yellow Paradox allied with Peru. Crimson Paradox still making themselves felt all across South America. And those institutions, they're spreading. Yes, indeed. Even in West Africa, even in South Africa, those institutions are getting around ever so slowly. And we even got manufactories rising up in Romania, in Alemany, in Saintonge, even in Nogai. So, technology, as much of a difference as much as technology was spread out in like the past couple parts, it is slowly going to start closing in terms of the gap. Goguryeo absolutely just slapping down Manila's army because Goguryeo's one military tech ahead. And, you know, this is home turf essentially up here. They can reinforce really easily. And Khalkha, they don't really stand much of a chance. Therefore, Goguryeo, the only one they have to fear is Japan and Chu Chen. Manila's kind of a paper tiger, really, if you think about it. Shimazu, starting to have some interest in Southeast Asia. Kerman, for some reason, is over here as well. Pasai, they have a large navy at this point, 49 ships. Banjar, only 7 ships. Ginji, 23 ships. Chuchen, 23 ships. Manila, 40 ships. Japan, 29. Goguryeo, 23. Okay. Moderate amounts of ships. You know, not too much. Even Sapphire Paradox, with how much coastline Sapphire Paradox has, they only have 38 ships. That's not a lot. Let's see, we got a few more wars. Pasai going after Kionjar. Adriaterra still going after the papacy. Simru and Etruria going after Alemany and Adriaterra. That's a big one. This is for Pilsen. So, Alemany still is showing weakness still. Huron and Blackfoot going after Miami and Quebec. Goguryeo, Manila, Khalkha. Morocco alongside Air going after Kaguda, this time for Fezan. Romania is attacking Poland for Pozon and Avignon and Skan. Russia and Picardy still picking on the Cheruski. So there's quite a bit going on here. Here's the war map for Adriaterra. And here is the war map for Romania. And I would say here's the war map for Simru. Interesting. I'm not really sure who's fighting who in this clusterfuck, but sure. And you know, Simru, I don't think they're gonna be. I don't think they're gonna reinforce their mainland European holdings in time. That's just my thinking. I could be wrong. Well, let's see. Actually, let's compare the quality here. Romania versus Avignon. Discipline in favor of Avignon. Morale favors Avignon, and tactics favors Avignon as well. Are you ahead militarily? You are. Romania being one military tech behind actually makes a huge difference. But it's just like Romania is at. Well, oh, wait a minute. Just Sapphire Paradox. Oh, Sapphire Paradox is seeing that, hey, Romania's busy over in the west and the north. I think I'm just going to go right over here and sneak over and take Kanik. Russia, of course, is joining in, and Russia got done with their stuff in Scandinavia, so Russia can come down here and start messing with Sapphire Paradox. Sapphire Paradox is one military tech ahead of Russia, but that's still... Persia is also apparently drawn into this. Let me see. Well, okay, yeah. Persia just is straight up stepping up to the plate and backing their ally. I don't think Romania and Russia can beat these two, especially since the war goal is right in Anatolia. It's going to be easy war score for the likes of Sapphire Paradox and Persia. Simru losing the war against Alemanni for Pilsen, because, I mean, Simru can't really land troops on Europe. They're at war, or it's called, their stuff is being occupied by Alemanni and Adriaterra. Adriaterra, they fully annexed the papacy. The papacy is no more. And, you know, because they're done with the papacy, they can just come up here and do their business. Back up Alemanni and just chill. Poland being at war with Romania only. Poland might be able to do something if Romania gets sufficiently distracted by Sapphire Paradox and Persia. It's possible. I don't think it's likely, but you know, there is a glimmer of hope for Poland. We'll see if that glimmer expands and they're able to reach for it. I just want to see if there's any other wars going on. Just want to keep my tabs open, you know. Simru, okay. Oh, Morocco's even in this too. Okay. Interesting. I mean, I don't think Morocco's going to do much, but hey, you know, get your allies in. Why not? Courland is also going after Cherusci. I guess kick them while they're down. Why not? Sure. I guess. Or Volhynian separatists rising up in Romania. Sapphire Paradox locking down Anatolia. And Poland slowly but surely losing, I think, to Romania. It's not quite set in stone yet, I don't think. But, yeah, we'll see. Russia still has troops to throw in, and so does Romania. They have a lot of manpower to rely on. But Sapphire Paradox and Persia, they also have a lot of manpower to rely on. Sapphire Paradox, they're trying to make an intrusion through the east, through places like, how do I say some of these? Like Kremenets and Bratislav. Let's take a look. Let's compare. Oh god. So Russia versus, or it says Romania. I don't know who's leading. I'm just going to take it for what the flag says down here. Russia versus Sapphire Paradox. Russia dominates in terms of discipline, has superior morale. Tactics is about the same. And up here... Oh, wait, Santonge, you're in this? Are those... I think they're mercenaries. Okay. Then I won't count that. But seemingly, Romania and Russia, they should be winning these fights in terms of just pure quality. But it's just like, can you really hold out enough to the point where you can push back the enemy and retake the war goal, and then turn this into a white peace? Because if you can't do that, and the war score keeps ticking in favor of Sapphire Paradox, you're just gonna lose the war outright. It doesn't matter how many battles you win. Strathclyde. Oh wait, no guy. Wait, what? The Paradox. Oh, okay. I forgot. Nogai is even allied with Sapphire Paradox, and Sapphire Paradox called in Nogai, so now Russia has to deal with a threat on their eastern side. Man, Paradox really is pulling off everything, just trying to throw as much shit as they can against Romania and Russia, which I understand why. Do as much as you can. Goguryeo, they expanded a little bit into Khalkha. It's not a lot, but it's something. It shows that Goguryeo still has a little bit of fight left in him. Now, if that fight is against Chu Chen, I'm not sure, but you know what I mean. Maravi going after Socotra and, of course, winning. Peru is going after Purple Paradox. Really? Second time around? Is it second time's the charm? Simu still at war with Alemannia and still losing that war handedly. What else? Kaguda still going after Achaia. I have my doubts as to if it'll work. Oh my god, I need a stretch. I need a stretch. I've been sitting in the same position for too long. Oh my god. Oh man. I think we'll go to like 1680 or 1681. Romania. Oh, okay. So Romania still is winning the war against Poland. Where is Poznan actually? Ah, so it is the fortification. Poland, if you can like retake that fort, suddenly, hey, the war looks okay again. But if you can't, oh well. Romania is really trying to clean up the Polish resistance regiments, you know, that are forming over here. And to their credit, Romania is also holding off any like paradox threats to their eastern front, along with Persia. It's just, you know, steadily the war score is ticking against them. Russia is struggling too. They're only at half as many troops as they started the war with. Nogai is slowly putting pressure on the east. Morocco and Persia putting pressure on the south. Sure, Russia is taking good battles, but they don't have the manpower to replace those lost troops. They really don't. Persia is taking an affirmative battle right here. And, you know, Russia still has that discipline and morale. That's great. That's fine. Can you replace the losses that you're taking? I don't think you can. Now you're at below 40k. It's tough goings. The province of Constantinople has been occupied. There is no forts there. I kind of expected there to be a fort, but strangely enough there isn't. But yeah, just Persia, Paradox, and Nogai are just all sending troops northward past the Caucasus, past the Urals, and into Russia, into Romania, steadily putting that pressure. Russia pieces out because they can't take this anymore. They are exhausted. They want to recover. So Romania is now left holding the bag, and I don't know if Romania can do this. They've got a lot of troops on the ground, but their manpower's running dry. They won their war against Poland. They took that land, I believe, right? Yes, they did. They did take that land. And now Poland has to deal with an angered Alemannia. And I don't think Poland is going to stand up at all to this round of the German invasion. Avignon, at war oh, they were allied with Poland. Okay, and so Avignon is still at war with Alemannia, but also Adriatera is going after Avignon. So, you know, Archbishop Benedictus the 22nd is going to be having it rough. And Saintonge. Ooh, Saintonge coast invasion against Morocco. Ooh. Morocco is not going to be feeling good after this. They are going to be absolutely throttled by Saintonge. Romania ends up losing that war against Sapphire Paradox, and Romania loses almost every single Anatolian possession they had. That's just how things go. They held out very well. Russia held out very well, but they just couldn't get that war goal back, unfortunately. So, a solid win finally for Sapphire Paradox against a European power. Let's take a look at these wars. Saintonge and Dumnonia taking on Morocco, Persia, and Air. Saintonge has nothing to worry about, really. That war is basically won. Adriaterra and Strathclyde going after Avignon and Thomon. Alemanni going after Poland, Avignon, and Skane. And then Bumthang is taking on Kionjar, Nepal. I don't know how you did this, but Bumthang, you're fucked. That's GG, well played. Simru is still the Cambrian conquest of Shonan. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was thinking this was something else. Yeah, Simru is going after Cherusci and Alemanni, and Alemanni's a little busy. They're involved in something else. Chu Chen is just straight up taking out Ayutthaya and then Kaguda against Socotra, and Crimson Paradox is going after 9MA. Crimson Paradox is just consolidating more and more South America. It's only a matter of time before they go after Yellow Paradox, I think. Because Peru, I don't think they can stand up very well to Crimson Paradox. I could be wrong, of course. These mountains are hard to invade. They're going to give a lot of attrition, but who knows? They could rise up. They could overcome. It is very, very possible. What is this song? Ah, okay. It sounded pretty interesting, so I was like, oh, I might want to listen to that in the future. Simru, they've actually been transporting troops over, surprisingly. Just look. That's about 40k on the ground, and they're taking it to Alemanni. Maybe Simru isn't as downtrodden as I thought before. Also, I just noticed Albania, that formed Adriaterra, remember, they moved their capital to Venice. I didn't even notice that until now. But it's not called Venice, it's called Venedicu. Because this is still Albanian primary culture, of course. But Avignon, they're spread way too thin. Adriaterra has too many troops, so it's a red curtain descending upon this land. And Poland, I think they might be able to come out of this war okay if Alemanni's troops keep getting pushed back, defeated. Any other wars? Okay, I don't think I'm missing anything. Ginji also took some land along the coast. They are rising up slowly but surely. And then Ayutthaya, they have been fully annexed. So Chu Chen, now essentially the master of Southeast Asia. Dai Viet, they're still alive, but just barely. And they are not even Buddhist anymore. They are Sunni. Okay. And then Kionjar is feeling the wrath of the no, they're not. They're winning against the Vermilion Paradox. My bad. Vermilion Paradox, once again, they have been fully annexed, and once again, they have been released. This time, they've been released by Chu Chen. I'm not sure why, but the AI is the AI. I'm not gonna question it. Also, the papacy is back. What? Pope Callistus III. I guess you have been released by force, or Sapphire Paradox for some reason released them. I'm not sure why. And what is this? The Romanian subjugation of Czechoslovakia. Okay. Are you going to be able to win that one? That's the real question. Because Czechoslovakia is allied with Kurland. Never mind. I thought Kurland was stronger. They are not. They have less than 10,000 troops. Oh no, they have 13,000 troops. Versus Romania's 81,000. Yeah, sure. Poland starting to make some inroads against Alemanni, but Alemanni, they still have a little bit of bite to them. Now, I don't think that bite is really going to last long, but, you know, we'll see. And Adriaterra, they took a lot of land off of Avignon. Adriaterra is even in Iberia at this point, so, you know, are we seeing the rise of a new Roman Empire, but this time championed by the Albanians? I guess we just gotta wait and see. Cambrian conquest of Schonen. Yeah. Simru's going in. They may have been losing wars down here, but they're winning wars up here. And, you know, they're firm allies with the Nelter League, and they hate Alemanni, they hate Adriaterra, they hate Saintonge. At this point, I have a feeling quite a few people hate Saintonge. You know, they've taken out the Nelter League partially. They took out Kaguda directly, you know, forced him out of Iberia. But they're just large and in charge as things happened. I think we will end on August of this year, 1681, because, you know, I do got to cut the tape at some point. But still, interesting stuff. And Kionjar is being invaded by Chu Chen. The Chu Chen reconquest of Dhaka. How do you have a core there? On Dhaka, of all places. Or maybe it's one of Chu Chen's subjects. I think it is. But, Zanskar finally taking a closer peek at Varanasi, the Hindu holy site. And that is owned in full by Nepal. And Nepal is allied with Kionjar as well as Yadava. We'll do one more month. Unfortunate for Yadava because, well, that's a very menacing Zanskar that's bearing down on them right now. Persia, dealing with some separatists, but they're doing fine. And what else do we got? Poland. Are you... Where's Steiermark? This is, okay, so Alemanni is going after that. And is that... I have no idea where this province could be. I'm just gonna look for it. Steier. Oh. What? Then doesn't that... Why? Okay, maybe it was owned by Poland before. Romania annexed it as the war was going on, and that's why it's just like that. I think that is the case. Alright. I figured it out in my head, I guess. But yeah, Romania is still invading Courland. Caddo going after Powhatan again. Zanskar making more inroads against powers on the Indian subcontinent. And then Alemanni still going after them. Saintonge still invading Morocco in full. And, you know, Persia's involved. Persia is so far away. Other than that, though, I believe we are about good to send it off. Socotra, real quick, where's your last provinces? It's right over here. Now, I doubt they're gonna get any sort of land back, but I've seen Socotra become big before somehow, so who knows? Anyways, let us go forth and look at that leaderboard. In first place is Zanskar. In second place is Golden Eighth. In third place is Vicura. In fourth place is Saintonge. In fifth place is Adriaterra. In sixth place is Sapphire Paradox. In seventh place is Crimson Paradox. In eighth place is Simru. In ninth place is Romania. In 10th place is Russia. In 11th place is OQ4. And in 12th place is Sibir. That'll be all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. I will see you in part 11.